Welcome. Today we're going to be covering how you can build deeper family bonds this Christmas season. Now I'm going to incorporate the giver method to guide us in making those meaningful connections. So that means this video is going to be packed with high value principles and action items that you can do to make this Christmas season the best one ever. So you won't want to miss out on this. Let me start just by asking you a question then. Have you ever wondered why some families seem to grow closer during the holidays while maybe others drift apart? Have you ever noticed how the holiday season, while it is magical, can sometimes feel like a whirlwind of obligations, rather than time of genuine connection? Well, what if the difference isn't the activities that you do, but, in how you use your unique gifts and superpowers to connect with other people? What if I told you that the most meaningful gift that you could give your family this Christmas isn't wrapped with any sort of a bow, but it's actually your presence, your unique superpowers, and your intentionality in how you show up? Now, my name is Jake Talbert. I'm the founder and author of the Giver Method, and I help people to discover and develop their gifts and superpowers so that they can provide more value to the people who are in their sphere of influence, which leads towards greater impact, more engaged, interactions, discussions, and that in reality, you end up having what I call relationship riches, those deeper, more meaningful connections, which is what we're talking about today. And so I want to walk you through all of these things so that we can identify how you can do that to make it the best year, the best Christmas, the best end of year, and the best start of the new year. So we're going to be exploring how to create those deeper bonds. And it starts by embracing the Giver Method, which is going to be your roadmap to unlocking your gifts and superpowers. So this holiday season, they're an opportunity not just to celebrate, but to connect in ways that build relationships for a lifetime. So now, before we dive in, I want to cover a few quick things. Like, number one, if you're like, hey, Giver Method, that all sounds cool, then my book, it actually just came out. It's now available on Amazon. I'll have a link in the description. You're welcome to go get yourself a copy. And I highly recommend that you buy 3, not just because I want you to buy copies, but because I want you to give 2 to other people. I want you to pay it forward. I mean, if you're ready to discover your unique gifts and create meaningful impact and have more meaningful, deeper relationships, then this book is going to show you how. Okay? Now, if you are new here, I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to ring that bell for notifications because I don't want you to miss out on any of the topics or things that we cover that are designed to help you to unleash your gifts and superpowers and create that meaningful impact. Now, there's all sorts of videos that cover the Giver Method, so that's why I gave you the quick rundown of it. Or, once again, you could just go down to the description and get yourself a copy, sent to you. It's on paperback, hardback, and Kindle currently. You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of those sorts of places. Now, during the holidays, your gifts and your superpowers become powerful tools for strengthening your family bonds. As you dive into that, if you're wanting to learn more, check us out at thegivermethod.com because you can learn a whole lot more there. Now, once again, I'll just have the links down in the description. That way you're good to go. As we go through, I told you it's going to be high-valued principles and action items. So the action items, I recommend you grab a piece of paper, open up a note so that you can start to make that impact and make those changes starting today. And that way you can have the best Christmas season ever with those deeper, more meaningful connections. All right. So let's now explore these ways that you could build those deeper family bonds as we get closer to heading into the Christmas season and the new year. So the first one that I want to go through, and these are in no particular order of any kind, but the first one that I want to go through is you can create what I call is a gratitude circle, which creates an intentional space for your family to express appreciation and deepen their connections. I actually have a couple of videos from this week that dive really deep into that sort of a gratitude idea because, we cover that it goes beyond simply stating what you're thankful for. It's about highlighting the very unique value that a person brings to that group. Now, this sort of idea, it helps you to build a foundation of trust and emotional openness and create a safe environment for authentic sharing. A gratitude circle, it really does create an atmosphere where vulnerability is encouraged, allowing each person to share from the heart. And when you recognize and vocalize gratitude, you create moments of connection that strengthen family bonds and instill a sense of belonging. And it is a shared experience, that builds a collective memory and brings the family closer together, not just in the holidays, but for years to come. It's something you can continue to rely on when you need moments of help or resilience. Now, what you could do is you basically can choose an evening that you can gather without distractions. I mean, you could dim the lights, you could have candles, create a cozy ambiance or atmosphere, and then provide, hot chocolate or, festive snacks. Just set the tone and begin the circle by sharing, a specific moment or quality that you're grateful for about each person. It could be simply thanking someone for always being supportive or acknowledging their sense of humor that, brightens the family gatherings. Just encourage everyone to take turns in ensuring that no one feels rushed or pressured to do so. And then if someone is hesitant to speak, just create the gentle entry point by sharing, another gratitude for them in a way that models the process. And then, of course, empathy is going to be important here because you're wanting to listen deeply without interrupting and creating a space where each person feels heard and valued. And so there's some specific superpowers that you could call on or start to utilize as a part of this. There's things like emotional intelligence so that you can read the room and adjust your flow based on people's comfort levels. Especially, this is really good, though, why you want to create that safe space environment so people can be more vulnerable. Some people, your superpower might be actually space creation and creating that really welcoming environment where people feel safe. Or maybe it's that you're an amazing storyteller and that you can articulate your feelings by, telling these stories and asking the right questions and, helping to guide people along who may need that extra help guiding them through. Now, the second one that I want to talk about is collaboration creation. Okay. When you focus on collaboration creation, it will transform holiday activities that you have into these opportunities for teamwork and bonding, whether it's decorating the house, cooking a meal, or, creating, gifts. These shared projects allow any family member to really contribute with their unique strengths while working towards that common goal that you have. Now, it's going to really be important that what it emphasizes is the importance of, togetherness, and, that it's way more important to be together than just, maybe the perfectionism that comes with the holiday season. It's not about the end result being flawless. It's about the joy and connection of the creation process. But in my house, we're currently working on stuff for a get-together where we're doing, the paper rings and snowflakes, and, we're having each member of the family work on it, and including my 3-year-old wants to be a part of it. And so, not every snowflake looks right. Not every, circle is the exact same. Not every, but we're all doing it together and we're all committed to that. This sort of a collaborative creation helps each family member feel included and valued, and it fosters this deeper sense of belonging and accomplishment that you developed together. So what you do, just select some sort of a project, something that resonates with your family's interest. It could be, preparing a holiday meal. That can become an activity where there's very interactive, where everyone has a role. Someone sets the table, others maybe chop up the vegetables, and then others add, maybe decorative touches. You could also look at it as creating holiday cards or ornaments, allowing each person to showcase their creativity. As you work together, just focus on communication and encouragement and celebrate the small victories like a perfectly baked cookie or, creatively wrapped gift. If any sort of a maybe tension arises, use patience and humor to diffuse that situation and keep the atmosphere lighthearted. I also recommend you take lots of pictures and videos so that you can lock those in as shared memories together for future years to come. So some superpowers you could utilize as a part of this is going to be, if you've got the ability to spread joy and maintain that positive energy and enthusiasm throughout any sort of a project to help keep everyone engaged. Maybe you're really good at the task matching. You're like, great, I know that, Peter's really good at this and Cooper's great at that and Sam can do this. Find the roles where people can excel at. And of course, maybe your superpower that you want to utilize is flow management. The ability that you just I can coordinate people and tasks while maintaining harmony. Utilize those superpowers or any other superpower you have that helps you to accomplish this. Now, principle number 3 is a really big one, an important one for me. It's about tech-free traditions. Tech-free, when you think of this tech-free tradition, you're creating a space for meaningful interactions and you're removing all digital distractions, which might seem funny because you're watching this on a digital distraction. But, bear with me. It's not about turning off devices. It's about intentionally designing experiences that draw everyone into that present moment. These moments allow family members to connect authentically, free from the interruptions of notifications or screens or, doom scrolling. When technology of any kind is removed from the equation, conversations are deeper. Creativity can flow more, and shared activities become way more engaging. And when you embrace this sort of a tech-free time or tradition, families can create an atmosphere of genuine connection that really becomes a cherished part of the holiday season. So, what you could do here is designate maybe specific times during the holidays where it's like, this is a tech-free zone. This could be during a meal, game night, family outing, a craft. To make it fun, create a communal basket or something, where everyone places their devices. And it's like, hey, everyone as you enter, we're putting our devices here. We're replacing screen time with engaging activities. And so plan activities like, storytelling or board games, group crafts, anything that can encourage that sort of a group interaction and really emphasize the importance of really being fully present. And you're going to have to lead by example with that. You can't be then checking your phone as well or doing something. When a family member sees you enjoying that moment, they're going to be way more likely to follow suit. And so some superpowers you could consider utilizing here. Once again, these are just recommendations of superpowers. You could have other ones that you utilize. But you could look at, if you're really good at engagement creation, being able to make non-digital activities so exciting and compelling that people want to be a part of it, and they, actually naturally forget about their devices. Maybe your gift or superpower is experience design, and you can plan and structure the activities that keeps everyone interested and involved and engaged. Or maybe it's that you can read energy levels really well and sense when a shift in activities is needed to maintain the engagement of everyone in the room. Now, the next one is that you have to create intergenerational bridges. Now, building this type of a bridge, it strengthens family connection and bonds by, really bringing together connections between older and younger members of family. It's about creating these opportunities for different generations to share their unique perspectives or their skills and superpowers and their experiences. These connections, it helps to build, it helps to bridge the gap or, dispel any misunderstanding or create a sense of consistency and legacy within your family. And so by celebrating the wisdom of an older generation and the curiosity of a younger one, families can really start to create this deeper appreciation for their shared history and future together. And so the way you do that is you have to facilitate activities that naturally involve multiple generations. It could be grandparents teaching traditional recipe while younger family members share new tech skill. That happens in our house all the time. You create this environment where each person feels their contributions are valued regardless of their age. Encourage storytelling sessions, where older generations share family history and younger members get to ask questions or get to share what they're passionate about right now. These sort of exchanges not only preserve memories, but also build empathy and understanding across all age groups. And so some superpowers that I jotted down that I was like, these are some that could be utilized here that maybe people don't think about as much. But, there could be that you are really good at generation translation, being able to help each group understand what each other are saying or trying to articulate. There's old Saturday Night Live skits that cover that. I mean, there's also, all sorts of jokes around, being able to interpret what the younger generation is saying to the older generation. And I'm just going to put myself in the middle because I feel like I'm just like in the middle generation there. You could use the superpower of connection building, finding common ground between maybe diverse perspectives and experiences that people have had. You also could have the superpower of sparking curiosity, to generate genuine interest between generations through maybe thoughtful questions that then guide that conversation. Now, the next one is the principle of serving together. Serving together as a family isn't about just giving back to the community. It's about creating shared experiences that deepen the connections and build that sense of unity. When families come together for a purpose greater than themselves, they strengthen their bond through teamwork and mutual care. Service allows each family member to experience joy and the joy of generosity while contributing to their unique strengths and shared goal. I mean, gosh, it's why subtitle of my book is How to Transform Lives Through Generosity. The act of serving as a family, it also fosters deeper understanding of each other's, values and priorities. It offers an opportunity for parents to model the importance of selflessness and for, children to see firsthand the impact of giving and serving. These sort of moments can become cherished family memories and can create a tradition of shared purpose, that just continues to grow over the years. So what you do is just select a service project. I mean, it's pretty simple. Find one that resonates with you and your family and discuss maybe the options together to ensure that everyone feels invested in whatever that activity is. It could be, if your family values education, maybe it's, you're collecting and donating books or tutoring at some sort of a local, learning center, library. If you prioritize, being one with, the importance of the environment, like participate in a community cleanup. During the activity, just encourage open communication and teamwork, and it gives a chance to have fun. Have fun with serving, make some jokes and have a good time. You can always assign roles that align with each family member's strengths. One person might organize supplies while another takes the lead on interacting with someone from the community. Afterwards, make sure that you take the time to reflect as a family on the experience and discuss what you learned, how it felt to serve together, and what impact you believe you made. So some superpowers that you could utilize here is, some people are really good at creating purpose alignment, and finding service opportunities that resonate with everyone in the group's values. Some people's superpower is team building, where they can unite family members on this shared goal and mission, for that period of time. And then, of course, some people are really good at just identifying and highlighting impact and helping others see the difference that they're making, because it's not always easy to tell impact, because sometimes it's not immediate. Sometimes it is that ripple effect. Now, our next one is going to be creating individual spotlights. Some sort of a individual spotlight ensures that every family member feels seen and valued and celebrated. And during the holidays, we get busy, and it's easy for someone to feel overlooked in a larger group dynamic. And so what this is about is creating intentional moments where a person's unique gifts and contributions can shine. Really creating this sense of belonging and appreciation. When family members are given opportunity to share a talent, an interest, a passion, a superpower, it strengthens their bonds by creating a mutual understanding and respect for each other. So these sort of moments it's not about recognition. It's about encouraging personal growth and celebrating, the diverse strengths that make up your family. I know my family, it's all sorts of different strengths that we all bring to the table that are some similar, some are very different. And so what you want to do here is plan activities that can highlight each family member individually. It could include could be everything from a show and tell, a talent show, an evening where people show off a hobby or a talent or accomplishment. It could be creating opportunities for teaching and learning, encouraging family members to teach other skills that they're passionate about, like cooking or crafting or playing some sort of an instrument. You make these spotlights, both structured and casual settings as much as possible. During a meal, you could just invite someone to share their favorite memory from the past year or a goal that they're excited about for the future. Just find the ways to ensure that these moments feel free of interruption and allow the individual to, feel fully heard and supported as a part of that. So some superpowers you could utilize with this. Some people are really good with gift recognition and identifying what people's gifts and superpowers are and helping to pull those out so that you can celebrate those unique talents and the contributions that come from it. Some people are really good at building others' confidence. And so, creating safe spaces for people to really share their abilities that maybe they're not as confident about. You could use your superpower to help build them up on that. And then, of course, balancing the spotlight, ensuring everyone has the appropriate amount of recognition without any sort of a comparison to each other. And then, of course, I talk a lot about legacy and the legacy you create and the ripple effect. And so one thing you could do together as a family is what I call legacy letters, so that you could take and have heartfelt written expressions of love and gratitude and, and hope that leave a lasting impact on family relationships. Writing letters to family members, creating cards that are very, personalized, allow you to articulate your appreciation for their presence in your life, to celebrate specific memories, and to share hopes for the future. This sort of a letter becomes treasures that the person who receives it can revisit, whether they need encouragement or a reminder of their value. This sort of a practice is extremely powerful because it creates this space for vulnerability and emotional connection. And sometimes we can say things in writing that we can't always articulate out loud. By putting your thoughts into words, you strengthen your bond with each family member and leave this tangible legacy of love and gratitude. It's a gift that just lasts well beyond the holiday season. So what you do here is just set aside time to reflect on each family member and what makes them really unique. Think about memories that stood out to you during the year. What are the qualities that you admire about them and ways that, they've made a difference in your life? And then write with sincerity and detail. Avoid any sort of a generic statement. Don't say like, you're thoughtful. Write something that's like, I'll never forget how you stayed up late helping me prepare for that big event that I had. It showed how much you cared. Consider making this a family tradition, and by exchanging legacy letters during specific holiday moments, such as Christmas, maybe it's Christmas morning or dinner, wherever that may be, you encourage others to write their own letters as well. And this practice can become a meaningful part of your family's holiday celebrations. And so some superpowers you could utilize here. Some people have the superpower of just heartfelt expression, where they can articulate those deep, meaningful feelings that are received in different ways. Some people are great memory makers and can connect specific moments to meaningful patterns of appreciation. Some people, their superpower is truth-telling, and the skill of sharing authentic feelings in a way that strengthens bonds rather than create some sort of a discomfort. All of these principles, all of them are practical and heartfelt, ways that you can deepen family connections during the holidays. And when you lean into your superpowers, whether it's ones I mentioned or other ones that you have, and follow action items like these, you can create moments of meaning and build bonds that last well beyond the season. Now, there's a whole bunch of ways that you could go and implement that. Like I said, start small, grab one of these action items that we have and start to go through that. There could be challenges like navigating potential roadblocks that could come up. Building family bonds can come with challenges, especially in the holiday season. So, you have to start to learn to recognize what they are and address them so that we can move past them as a part of that. So there are things like worrying about family members not participating. You might feel hesitant about that. Then, this sort of a concern creates self-doubt that could lead to you not, to inaction, you not doing anything. So start with something small, low-pressure activities that don't require full participation from everyone, and just be patient, allowing people to engage in their own time. The connection can start with one person modeling vulnerability and sincerity, and then move forward, and then celebrate the small wins. A single family member sharing their thought and build from there. Sometimes people feel the constraints because it's like the holiday season is so busy and packed with, things that we have to get done. So focus on integrating that connection into existing activities rather than adding new ones. Think about the idea of sharing things during a meal. Use whatever small pockets of time, like 5 minutes of evening reflection or a quick story exchange while you're in the car. Like, create those moments of connection that just fit seamlessly into your routine. And then, of course, some people feel unsure about how to begin this sort of a tradition, or that it feels intimidating. And so, okay, well, once again, start simple, low risk principle to begin with, such as, writing a letter of appreciation to a family member. This maybe individual approach, helps to build confidence and allows you to see impact of the effort that you're putting in. And once you feel more comfortable, expand the activities to additional family members, or maybe more complex activities. Remember, it's not about perfection. Imperfection is part of the process. What matters most is the intention behind your actions. So what I want to do is, if you're ready to really transform yourself, to discover your gifts and superpowers, you want deeper family connections and bonds, both this Christmas season or throughout the year, then once again, go down to the description, grab a copy of The Giver Method on Amazon. This book, it helps you to discover and develop those unique gifts, once again, so that you can use year-round and create meaningful impact, as you move throughout your year. You can also join our newsletter or our community. Go to thegivermethod.com. You can get exclusive insights on developing your gifts and superpowers and creating more meaningful impact for other people. Now, if this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone who might need to hear this sort of a message. And what I'd love is in the comments, tell us about a special way that you connected with your family during the holidays. Because remember, meaningful family connections don't require grand gestures. They come by sharing our authentic gifts and superpowers and being present, with the ones that we love. And so until next time, I just invite you to keep growing and keep giving. And remember that your unique gifts and superpowers are exactly what your family needs this holiday season. And the more that you can express them and utilize them to provide value for them, the deeper your family bond will be, the deeper those connections will be. And so until next time, have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you in our next video.